Yeah, I'm sorry about that interruption. You were telling us that you had a little bit of good fortune when some of the Khmer Rouge guys, new guys, came along, and they were a bit more friendly and a bit less zealous than the others.
Yeah, I will. Thank you, and I continue again.
Thank you.
Keep on going again, and those guys they get the other friend in another village, and one time after 9 months with them working with them,
Yeah.
the top Angka leader they found out that I'm one of the old generation and educated group, and they hire they order the Khmer Rouge that is nice to me group to wait to put me someplace. Let's say tomorrow would be my execution.
Oh, really?
And then those Khmer Rouge they come while I'm still working in the morning, no problem, but at night, at evening around 6, one of the Khmer Rouge I make friend with not only one of them, but two of them.
Yeah.
At least almost 9 of them. They are soldiers, and one of them come to whisper to me in a field, in a farming area, that they want to see me at midnight during that time, and then they could, and then the midnight is the time that everyone fell asleep and quiet, so that they could rescue me, send me to some place.
Oh, I see.
And
they
then,
wanted to, boys wanted to.
Yeah,
see
and then during that time at the appointment place, they packed me one sack of rice, and then they told me to get out from that. But before that, that one that told me, give me a photograph of them, and they are another person that I need to see, but told me to be careful. Show when it's necessary.
Yes.
Where it's not necessary, don't show anything.
And was this a couple of photographs of their
one of their friends
faces?
and their face, and the other one that I need to meet, another one.
The new
and I had to
province.
walk all night in another, same complexion, but
yes.
different village.
Different.
But almost, that's why from time to time I got some of that. And I went all the way back to the other new next village, and I was there for a while, maybe exhausted and paralyzed. Lay down some bushes.
How do you get into a new area? Do you have to
Walking
report? Do you have to report to the chief when you get there, or do you just
time.
try and do secretly?
Make it secret. They always make everything secret because they never let any other.
And because you had a couple of contacts, you could look for them and just say quietly.
Yeah. But they give me a like password, like a mango grow and
yes.
tiger grab the deer.
Yes.
It only one meet and make sure that time to speak to, not if not time not to speak, don't speak with them unless
So
it's necessary.
You might just mention the word mango grow in the passing, and they would think
something like that, because
yeah.
when I arrived there, a long story that tried to meet him for a while, the new one place, and I was unconscious for a few months, lay down in one small area, bush.
So you weren't working at that time?
You know, I had to walk all night, midnight, all the way to the next morning,
Yes.
reach the new village, but suburb, and then
Yes.
I was lay down in one area, that hidden place, and tried to find myself too.
And how were you eating then? How were you finding food?
I was falling asleep and exhausted, unconscious in it for at least a couple of weeks or months.
Oh, you
Feel unconscious, right?
so
Very
you
like
didn't-
that,
you
like
didn't-
that, like that
You
body.
didn't eat for a month?
No,
or you didn't
1 or 2 months because unconscious, like lay down like a dead body, and someone thought maybe I'm a dead body.
And when you came to, and how did you come to?
And then after
it must have been, you must have wondered where you were.
after that, why they come to the place, and then they one guy from the village one time after a few months, 1 or 2 months, they come to the area that I lay down, and he saw me. He tried to do something, but during that time, spring water just splashed on my face and made me feel weak. And he was a good guy too. He tried to ask me some question, and I couldn't move, but he lifted me on one side, and he got another load of wood along the other side, went all the way back to the village that he, and so that he hit me in one place area.
And he hit you there.
And he was one of.
And did he
feed
you?
Yeah, he feed, he helped me nursing me because he was one of the good old doctor, old fashion, old group, old way of doing things as a doctor during old time, not the new.
He would be having to be careful too.
He had to be careful as well too, but we worked there for a while, and then he tried to help me from time to time.
Did you ever see him again, or just?
And all after, if something he tried to put me in the field and work, and then accidentally I met that guy in the village, and he took me to his place, make me scared, threatened, torturing me for a while to show, but he whispered that every time in a small room in in the small room to see that what, because I told him when he come to check his place, and I used that word, he stared at me, and one time he called me to be there, and someone thought that when he called me to be arrested for execution, but he put me in a small room there, close the window and the door, and only two of us, but he whispered to maybe use sign language. If he asked questions, just use sign, never speak, because he did not want his servant to hear from outside. Only did not see anything, but can hear the voice. So his servant could report what he had done something, or even he get me out, not hitting. The servant could report to his superior that I know this guy never do bad thing against his own enemy, because they consider us as enemy. People, Cambodian people, are been considered as enemy to the Khmer Rouge all the way, always like this.
And did this fellow help you?
Yeah, he helped me, and that, but also that guy, he helped me after I showed him the picture in that room, the secret area.
Yes.
So,
and you showed him the photograph there.
Yeah, and then, but he told me he had to hit me, punish me severely, and torture me, and I screamed and yelled from the inside room. So the servant thought he tortured me, he punished me, real strong. Yeah, made me very strong, painful. And then after that, he opened and he called his servant to take me to the place where they put me in the kettle, raising the cattle, hundreds of cattle for the Khmer Rouge. They have 100 cattle, cow and
cattle. I'm sorry,
cattle.
cows, cattle, and water buffalo and such.
Yeah, something to make me take care of that.
Yes.
And every morning I had to took that 100 of them go all the way to another place, and they have grass and pond water, and took care of them to.
But that's quite a nice little job
Well,
to have, really, rather than being.
But he asked the servant. He asked the servant to watch me if I did not do good for the cattle. He wanted me to make the cattle fat. But before how did I know to do that kind of job? Because
how did you know? Because you brought up in the city.
Well, in the city, but during that time I was with some people from countryside. They showed me because they have a few cows and cattle,
so they graze them,
and they taught, they showed me before the Khmer Rouge come in, so I know some of that. I was another fortunate to get that kind know-how before things would happen.
And you would be getting the chance to walk into, whereas other people were just stuck. So not so bad for you then.
But the Khmer Rouge,
and you would be able to pick up little bits of news as well when you were getting around.
But the Khmer Rouge, they mistreat people because old generation, like some of us during the old time, some of us bad feudal lord, they mistreat their own servants very severely. So part of the revenging, not much revolution. It's like revenging between
class revenge.
Class revenge.
Things have been turned on their head. And
something
he
like
was
that.
the master and he was a servant, and now.
It's not revolution, it's just a revenging.
And personal vendettas.
Like the poor level come to power, they revenge the rich people.
But
so they punish them.
the same was happening at the highest level, because is it not right that Pol Pot and his family and sister or brother were with the royal family in the palace? And before the war, that they were part of the royal
They were,
family, right?
before the war, but they still, Pol Pot, probably he's kind of the person that really extreme, what we call a radical, one of the very extreme radical group.
Yes.
Probably from abroad or French area relate to Mao Zedong.
And he was educated
doctorate.
in
He was
France.
educated, but he dropped out college. However, he studied electronic as a training skill for him before he come to Cambodia and stay in Kampong Thom. Kampong Thom was one of his birthplaces.
His birthplace, yes.
Yeah.
And did you ever come across him, or did you ever come across any of the
No, I
top
never.
guys?
But after I escaped from place to place, and another village leader, after a while, if something happened, he sent me to another group, that they have contact, contact with other different village areas, and I escaped from place to place all the way there, and using some different way, but the photograph had been forbidden, but they had to never show to everyone else unless it's very important to do so.
Yes, and unless there's a need to know.
Need to know and need to do it, and then the birth passport had different passport, but had to use only when necessity to do so.
Yes.
And 1976 October, I was far away from the Kampong Thom all the way to near Kampong Thom area,
So
and then I
I
escaped. Always some people tried to help me and I was fortunate during that time. However, those that helped me in the old time 75, 76 have been arrested by the top leader because they helped me.
Oh, they got arrested for helping
other
they would be
victims, and they executed there too.
And did you get the chance to visit your parents or family when you started moving up that way?
During that time, I did not have a chance to do because I had to try to escape myself, try to take care of myself.
Yes.
Not because I'm not respect my parents, but I'm unable to do so because,
of course so.
And besides, I had to take care of myself first.
Self-preservation.
So I had to be survived every time, otherwise I'm in trouble.
So
everyone of us had done the same thing as me as well too. But fortunately, a few of us are fortunate to meet the right group of people. Unfortunately, other group have been met with the wrong group of people. Even the other group, that victim, had been died by the bad group of Khmer Rouge and execute them. That's why the Khmer Rouge left some bad people alive, but execute all the good group of people. They almost the whole good group, and still have a few left. But only more of them are, generally speaking, like majority of are not a really good group at all. Since then until now.
So 1975, 1976, 77, 78, Khmer Rouge in power.
And also I would like to make a few more about statement how the resistance occur. Since the Khmer Rouge mistreat people like that, a few resistance come from time to time to strike back against the Khmer Rouge small group of soldiers, but they fail from time. However, they send a message to the Vietnam from a few messenger of the resistance group had been in Hanoi and been imprisoned because the North Vietnam, they did not believe that Khmer Rouge would mistreat their people badly because the Viet Cong did not mistreat their own Vietnamese people in Saigon either. So why the Khmer Rouge? But after later the Vietnamese probably they sent some spy somewhere to find out a couple of times, so they realized, they found out, and the spy report back what's going on there. So they start to come and release the messenger in Hanoi and then train them. They train them and they say ask for pardon. The Vietnamese mistreat them before, they did not realize it. And after training, they asked those resistance messenger to send some of the Vietnamese group to come in to infiltrate, but also to be in the resistant area and train more and supply some of the anything that
and
resistance.
And this was happening more and more in
1977, 78, that's a lot.
And there were little skirmishes on the border with Cambodia.
And that's why,
some of the Cambodian attacks in the Vietnamese border.
During that time, the Khmer Rouge tried to protect themselves as well, but also the Khmer Rouge, one time they tried to come to fight against Viet Cong. but they lost the battle.
I don't know how
They lost the battle. The
they
Khmer Rouge
did.
lost the battle because the Viet Cong
skillful.
was skillful, more skillful than the Khmer Rouge. So
Not just more skillful, you were talking about a country of 7 million people, Cambodia. Vietnam must have
the
80
Saigon
million or
18 during
100
that time, yeah, and then they
million.
come. Recently, Khmer Rouge angry with that too, so they try to mistreat. And one time they want to poison us by make us a big party eating before the invasion came, because the Khmer Rouge knew that Vietnam would invade some 70, almost in I'm not sure either 78, yeah, but or either July or October 1978, there's some plan of the Vietnam and resistance joined together to come and liberate this Cambodia, but they try to give us everything party, but before that they give some of them to marry at least 100 couple or 1,000 couple to marry with one another. They put one man and woman and get together, they little bit celebrate something and make some music for wife, part of the wedding ceremony, something like that, and then but everyone still be select away from one another, male and female, still be in the same policy like that.
Of course, one of the guys that made that decision, that left the Khmer Rouge and went to Vietnam and was trained in Vietnam, of course, is the present leader of the country.
Yeah, but and also even the Prime Minister Hun Sen, Chisholm, and England, they went there too, and they trained, and they've been supported by the Vietnamese, support them and come to liberate that.
The guys like that were in a wonderful position when Vietnam liberated, when Vietnam chased Khmer Rouge back to the Thai border. People that had been in Vietnam, like Mr. Hun Sen and others, were in a position obviously to be rewarded and to be given power.
Yeah.
Let's just finish at that point, because we've got one final session which we'll consider to be the aftermath of the American War, the Civil War, in the Vietnam invasion in 1979. And we'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah.